Congratulations, gentlemen, for Small Axe Mangrove.
Thank you, Gig.
Thank you very much, Gig. Good man. Bless you. Thank you very much.
So, how familiar were you with the Mangrove Nine before taking your respective roles?
Personally, I had no idea about it at all. I'd heard of Darcus from an interview where he was being interviewed in the London 2012 riots, and that was all I knew about him. As far as the rest of the story goes, I knew nothing about it.
Yeah, and I didn't really know, but I do know Lenora Crichlow, his daughter, Frank Crichlo's daughter, and I've known her for a long time. So she told me the story when we first met a decade ago. Again, I didn't know the nuances, all the ins and outs of every single part of the story, but I'd known enough by the time I got the script to go, oh, yeah, this is the, oh yeah, that's what she was saying. So, you know, but there's the specifics of the story, and then there's the specifics of that kind of thing happening. Mm-hmm. How aware was I of that kind of thing happening? Just generally, very aware.
I know you guys are performers, because a lot of these scenes are very emotionally charged. How do you keep your own emotions in check, knowing that these things are happening today? You know, the riots, the protests, the raids, you know, all this kind of stuff.
Perspective for me. And in being intentional, you know, it's like you can feel, you can have emotions, but okay, if you actually want to be of effect, then it's about taking those emotions and using them productively, you know. It's not that you kind of suppress them necessarily, or you don't acknowledge them, but you go, cool, like, this is how I feel, like, don't try and stop yourself from feeling. But then, and I think this was something beautiful about Darcus and Altheia as well, especially, and in terms of the court scenes where all of them were feeling, but they understood the need to articulate themselves in a way to actually be of effect. And so, yeah, that, I think I relate to that in the same way.
Shaun?
Yes, please say the question again. Because
I was just talking about how do you keep your emotions in check, knowing that.
Oh gosh.
No.
I mean, there were a couple of times, you know, just between the three of us, where there were scenes that I would have done, and there's just no easy way to do those scenes, so you've got to do them. And then I go home and I'm looking at the scenes for the next day, but then you kind of think back to scenes the day that you've just done, and I am holding back tears for like an hour, 2 hours, trying not to kind of completely crumble. That's what like filming this thing was like. On occasion, you go home and you know, as I say, I'm looking at yesterday's scenes, and then my brain is thinking of today's scenes, and I wonder if that was okay. And then before you know it, it's just like, wow. Look at tomorrow's scene, Shaun, because like if you think about that too much, and who knew that was going to happen? I didn't know that was going to happen. I had no idea that was going to happen. You kidding me? How did I keep my emotions in check? It was, you know, I don't know. Ask my subconscious. I don't know. You just do, don't you? It's like someone says something and you want to cry and you don't cry.
Absolutely.
You know? Well, one of them ones. That's how you do that. It's like you want to cry, but you're and you do everything in your mind and not to. I don't know what that's called, and I don't know how we do it, but we do. I think we all know what I'm talking about here. Well, that's how. that's how I did it anyway, you know, because it's hard to.
Well, thank you, Shaun. Thank you, Malachi. Thank you
Cheers,
for this conversation. Bye now.
Cheers, Gig.